So how much protein should I be eating a day? Because I think you disagree with the recommended daily sort of allowance that they suggest we eat. I think I'm 90 kilograms.
Mhm.
How much protein should I be eating to gain muscle, lean muscle mass?
Okay, so we're going to apply you to the population and the goal and the stakes questions. So, what would you say your training status is? Well, you're obviously not a beginner. Um, so you're somewhere between intermediate and advanced,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah,
So, what is your goal?
just to lose fat and gain muscle.
Okay,
Familiar story, I'm sure.
okay. The way that I do it is I go 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of target body weight or goal body weight.
Mhm.
So that's the range that you would be looking at. Now, with you in particular, I would go more towards the upper end because you mentioned that part of your goal is to decrease body fat to a minor degree,
Mhm.
but you're pushing the envelope because you're already lean.
Mhm.
So there's an interesting thing about high balling protein that facilitates that reduction in body fat. We
Really?
don't.
So if I have a lot of protein, it helps to reduce body fat?
Yeah, yeah, it does. And the way that we know this is because there have been several studies now, 4 trials, 1 case study by Joey Antonio and colleagues, and they examined the effect of very high protein intakes, anywhere from about 3.3 all the way to 4.4 grams per kilogram of body weight. Roughly, gosh, a gram and a half to 2 grams per pound.
Is that because you're eating less carbohydrates? You're sort of substituting it for something else, essentially, in terms of you feeling hungry. So if I'm having 3.3 grams of protein, I'm probably not going to be having something else, which is more fatty.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So this particular line of research was done on people who were resistance training, and it was done in free living conditions. And they just gave them the assignment to essentially increase their protein intake by 50% and literally add 80 to 100 grams of protein on top of their existing habitual dietary intakes.
So what would you say to me then? You'd say push even higher in terms of grams per kilogram of body weight.
What is your goal body weight?
I don't actually have a goal body weight, to be honest. I just have more of a goal in terms of like strength.
How about this? Were you ever in the shape that you are wanting to be in? And
Yeah.
what was your body weight at that time?
I was around 90. I think I was just a little bit below 90 kilograms. So I think I was about 88.
Okay. So you know what? Let's take 90
Yeah.
and multiply that by 2.2.
90 times 2.2.
There's your protein target.
198 grams of protein a day.
Mhm.
So if a protein shake gives me 20 grams of protein, I need to have basically 10 protein shakes a day. That seems like a lot of protein.
That is a lot of protein. I would give a little caveat here. You can probably achieve your goal with 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight. So that would be the lower end. So multiply 90 by 1.6, and that's where you can start. So if that 198 number seems kind of far-fetched, or even a little bit like, how would I even achieve that? Then start off at the lower end.
Do women have a different prescription in this regard? Is there a different approach if you're a woman?
Yeah, if you're a woman, you would almost always start at the low end because women have a higher proportion of body fat, and by default, they have a lower proportion of lean mass. So with women, it would almost always be, all right, let's start at 1.6 grams per kilogram of target body weight and see how you do with that. And we can always ratchet it up if needed.
Is there any such harm in eating too much protein?
It's rare. You would have to have a pre-existing chronic kidney disease, and then it's generally not a good thing to be highballing the protein. But even people with chronic kidney disease have to realize the trade-off that they're incurring with a low-protein diet and older age sarcopenia and stuff. How are they going to mitigate that? But for the general healthy population, there have been many studies that have rolled out looking at effects on kidney function, liver function, bone health, and there is virtually zero threat to those organ systems that you would think might be threatened by a high protein intake. So the human organism perfectly well equipped to metabolize and handle high protein amounts.